Yes, indeed. What is happening, World B March Boxing? And we back at it. What's good at YouTube? Back at it with another boxing video. So Deontay Wilder, he turns down or shoots down the idea of being named the WBC champion. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, WBC franchise champion. As of those of us in the know, the WBC they formed a new kind of title, the franchise title. Two people have it: Lomachenko and Cannoli. Some say they got the complexion for the protection with the complexion to have these belts. That might be the case, but let's get into it. You know what I mean? So this WBC franchise title, it comes with like basically a protective, you know, you're being protected. You know what I mean? It's basically like a boxing witness protection program kind of belt where you can't lose the belt in the ring and you don't have to, abide by the WBC rules as far as, fighting your mandatories. You know what I mean? You're basically exempt from fighting your mandatories. So Deontay Wilder don't like the idea of that. You know what I'm saying? So he basically turns down or shoots down the idea of being named a franchise champion. Not that he was named one and the man decided to decline it. He just doesn't like the idea, even if it was brought upon the table. He would decline it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna read you some quotes from what Wilder said. Quote: Many people ask me about the franchise belt. I don't know much about it. What I'm hearing, it allows you to stay a champion. You don't have to fight mandatories and stuff like that. If that's the case, I'm not interested. End quote. You know what I'm saying? This is what the man basically understands. I'll repeat it again. Quote, what I'm hearing, it allows you to stay champion. You don't have to fight mandatories and stuff like that. If that's the case, I'm not interested. So the man is already giving you foresight down the line in the future. That's something he's not interested in. And I applaud the man, you know what I mean? I applaud the man, I think he got more, I'm saying, he's basically declining something that he doesn't feel is, you know, it's something that he would get ridiculed from by the fans. You know what I mean? And that's basically something he's not interested in. I'll read some more quotes. Quote: I want the mandatories. Guys work their way up, work hard to get to number two, and then become a mandatory. Why would you crown somebody that doesn't have to have mandatories? I love having mandatories. Him having to sit, having to wait, he gets frustrated, and then when the fight comes, you have me waiting all this time already. There's always that build up to the fight. When you take that away, you take certain things away from boxing. You take the charisma away, you take the excitement away from it. That's what I don't want to do. I don't want to take the excitement away from anyone. I'm a dangerous fighter. I have a devastating right hand. That's all I have been doing my whole career. Giving fans what they want to see, giving them devastating knockouts. End quote. Some more quotes. Here's some more quotes. Quote, hopefully nothing comes my way about a franchise belt. I don't have nothing against guys that have taken it. I'm just listening to the fans and listening to my heart. I don't think being a franchise champion would fit me. If they want to give someone else that belt over me, then I'm fine with that. End quote. Yeah, so that's Deontay Wilder. I gotta give Deontay Wilder props for even declining the notion that he would even consider being a WBC franchise champion. You know what I mean? The man said he wants to fight his mandatories. Now, let it be anybody else. Let it be anybody else. People will be excited for the man Wilder. Will be happy with what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure he's gonna stick by his word. You know what I mean? Whether the WBC offers him or not, which they probably won't because he's already shown his stance that he's not interested in that. Whether they do or not, he's not for it. You know what I mean? He's not for the BS. And that's cool, man. Anybody else, they'd be applauded for that, but Deontay Wilder seems to get ridiculed. It seems like the same people who were even suggesting that wait till Deontay Wilder gets that WBC franchise belt a few weeks ago when Lomachenko got crowned a WBC champion. The whole time I looked at the articles. I went to look in the articles to see if Deontay Wilder has even been offered the franchise champion. Like, where are people getting this stuff? And this is what it's come down to in boxing, man. This is about the fourth time I've heard stuff about Deontay Wilder. And I'm thinking, I'm hearing it from these channels. I go look these articles up to see if they have any validity in what they're talking about. And then again, I don't even see nothing of the sorts. That's what it comes down to again with this situation. People's out there talking about Deontay Wilder's gonna get a WBC franchise belt. And I think I mentioned it on my channel. Like, where do people get this stuff? I said, if that's the case, why aren't you guys talking about Gary Russell Jr. getting a franchise belt? Or Miguel Burchelt getting a franchise belt? Or Juan Francisco Estrada? Why does it have to be Deontay Wilder when Deontay Wilder hasn't even been approached or offered a WBC franchise belt? You know what I'm saying? So this is what it comes down to. There's a lot of people out here spitting false narratives, you know what I mean? And it's sad, you know what I'm saying? Fellas go to sleep thinking about trying to destroy somebody's career from online, from sitting on their couch or their little office chair, you know what I'm saying? Or their couch sitting in their drawers eating Lucky Charm cereal, trying to destroy another man, a multimillionaire's career online. You know what I'm saying? People are out of whack these days. That shit don't even puzzle me no more. That shit makes me laugh. You know what I mean? Because Deontay Wilder just said it plain and clear. He's not interested in that. He didn't say he got offered that. He said he's not interested in that. If that's the case of what it is, from what he's been hearing and from what his heart tells him. You know what I mean? But some people seem to have a problem with now Deontay Wilder not being so receptive of what the WBC franchise champion means. And that shit is crazy to me. This shit is crazy to me. I mean, why isn't is Tony Harrison? Why didn't people mention Tony Harrison being a franchise champion? You know what I'm saying? They wasn't talking about Alexander Vosdick being a franchise champion or better be now. He owns the WBC and the lineal 175-pound title. You know what I mean? So, I just wish, I'm not telling nobody what to do out here. It's on you. Do what you want to do, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, when you come to be March Boxing, man, I don't even give y'all my opinion. My opinion only comes when I'm giving y'all a breakdown and prediction. That about it. Anything else I spit to you straight up, pure unadulterated facts, you know what I mean? I don't have to lie on nobody. I had to sun some people this last weekend. The casual fans who every time we get together for a fucking fight, people always want to bring up Floyd Mayweather and hate on him. I don't like that shit. Even if I'm not a fan of a particular fighter, I will defend him to the death if you're spreading a line or spreading a false narrative about the guy. Even Canoli. Whether I'm a fan of him or not, if somebody's going to be lying on him, I'm not going to agree with that. I'm going to check people, you know what I'm saying? So in this situation, people now trying to blame Deontay Wilder. Now, Deontay Wilder, people have a problem with this guy basically not accepting or not being receptive to this WBC franchise belt. And they still crying for the man Dillian White. Man, Dillian White did this shit to himself. That's what I don't understand with people's with their psyche, dogs. How do people really think in this day and age? People just be yapping their mouth on these channels and they don't even listen and play back your video to see how, you know what I'm saying, asinine people sound, you know what I mean? If Dillian White did not test positive for any substances, the man would be in line right now for the mandatory, not Tyson Fury. It would be the man Dillian White. Dillian White did that shit to himself. Eddie Hearn and them knew this. UCAT knew this, and they still went along with the fight. There's no debut and there's no dispute in that. There's no debate in that. You know what I mean? That's the facts. Whether the WBC said, okay, they ain't find nothing, but UCAT did, regardless, whatever it is. I ain't gonna be here trying to play semantics and shit. The man got popped dirty. The man got to fall back. He's a predicate, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a predicate. If I have a past criminal record compared to the next man who doesn't, and we both at this juncture of our lives catch a case, I'm gonna be hit in the head with the hammer. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna bang the gavel on me more than they will my Cody who hasn't been a predicate. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes. Why are people crying for Dillian White when they know the man popped dirty? So you guys want the man to pop dirty, but the WBC put him on some kind of, I don't know, suspension. But you know he popped dirty and fought a guy under PEDs and still got put on his ass. You know what I'm saying? But still you want the man to go ahead and fight because Eddie Hearn thinks the WBC and that Cunningham guy, not Cunningham, Johnny Nelson, they think that he's been a mandatory for this long, or the WBC is doing him dirty. I ain't even gonna be mad at people, man. That's on you, man. You know what I'm saying? Fellas have no, these channels out here, they got no audacity. You cannot talk nothing about that Ray Vargas and that kid who folded up Charlie Edwards when they say finding adverse findings of clenbuterol in their system. You can't be pissed off at the WBC for coming out saying these guys have been cleared. Oh, they found some because they Mexican. They found some adverse findings in their system. But yet, you there championing Dillian White. You know what I'm saying? That shit is an oxymoron. That shit don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're not going to do, at least on B March Boxing Channel. Everybody else, they can do what they want, but I'm going to call they bluff. I'm going to yank up niggas' whole skirts, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that shit don't make sense. You can't champion Dillian White, who has been popped dirty a few times, at least twice to my knowledge, you know what I'm saying, for a banned substance. The man has been hiding, don't even do interviews no more ever since that shit popped up. You know what I'm saying? You can't be defending that guy, but at the end of, and then on the next page, you're pissed off at the WBC for talking about finding Ray Vargas. And like I said, I forgot, this is Cesar Martinez, somebody, that Mexican who folded up Charlie Edwards a couple months ago. You can't get mad at that one bit. No, sir. You know? And also for those people out there who are getting mad that people think that Lomachenko is ducking Devin Haney, how could you be upset about that? It's clear as day. This situation is similar to Lennox Lewis and Riddick Bowe. You know what I'm saying? Same scenario. Only thing that there's no trash can involved. You know what I mean? The WBC have found a more formal way to basically not have that fighter have to defend the belt and basically put it in a proverbial trash can, and then we'll just call you a franchise champion. It's the same thing. People out there in their feelings talking about, oh, Lomachenko ain't ducking Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? People was out there really defending Lomachenko, and they said Lomachenko will even beat him up anyway. You know what I mean? How are we supposed to know that if the man is avoiding him by being a franchise champion, that Top Rank and Bob Arum suggested and brought to the WBC's table? That's what I've written and gathered from the articles. That's a fact. That's what the article said. You know what I mean? Top Rank and Bob Arum are the ones who approached the WBC to make Lomachenko a franchise champion. You know what I'm saying? If Lomachenko will beat Devin Haney, then why does he not have to fight his mandatory? Huh? Why did he fight the WBA mandatory in what's the guy's name? In Crowler, you know what I'm saying? Why did he fight Crowler, but he ain't gonna fight Devin Haney? You see, that's why I can't. You see, you guys, you can't have it both ways. You can't tell me that the man Lomachenko is definitely, without a doubt, gonna beat Devin Haney, just like he beat Guillermo Rigondeaux, a guy who he had to bring up 2 weight classes. That was a terrible example, but people brought that up, that the man beat He's gonna beat Devin Haney up just like the way he did Lomachenko and like he did Nicholas Walters. A guy Nicholas Walters they kept on the shelf for 11 months. You know what I'm saying? Fighting at a new weight class, and we've seen the outcome of what happened. You know what I mean? You check it. It's definitely a Lennox Lewis Riddick Bowe trash can situation where Riddick Bowe is Lomachenko, Devin Haney is Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis and Devin Haney had the same thing in common. They were the mandatories, just for the champions who are Lomachenko, and I'm comparing Lomachenko to the man Riddick Bowe. You know what I'm saying? Riddick Bowe, rather than face his mandatory, because it was a four-man tournament. You know what I'm saying? There's a four-man tournament. It was Razor Roddick versus Lennox Lewis, and then the winner of that faces the winner of Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield won the first fight, and Razor Rudder got knocked out in 2 rounds by the man Lennox Lewis. Now Lennox Lewis, the mandatory, rather than face him, the man put that shit in the trash can. And Lennox Lewis was given a belt and ain't have to fight nobody for it, just like how Devin Haney is being given a belt. Same way. It's this, you can try to gloss it up and try, put some try highlight, try to gloss it up and try make it look like it's not the same situation by placing the franchise WBC franchise tag on it, but there's no difference, absolutely none. Personally, I think Cannoli beats Jamal Charlo. You know what I'm saying? I personally think he beats Jamal Charlo. With Andrade, I think he struggles with them Cannoli, but I'd like to see the fights. Now, Cannoli dropped the WBC belt in order not to fight his mandatory. Triple G didn't fight his mandatory. People say, what has Charlo done? All the guy did was become a mandatory. You know what I'm saying? People gave all other mandatory guys, they gave Krolla a pass. Lomachenko a pass to fight Krolla is mandatory. But when it comes to Devin Haney, he ain't got to fight him. What has Devin Haney done? He ain't fought nobody. He'll get beat up. You see, that's that shit that I don't appreciate and I don't agree with. Now people out here, they mad that Deontay Wilder is not in tune or is not with the WB. Even Tank Davis and Adrian Broner. They was asked by somebody about the franchise belt. These people ain't even know nothing about it. It was like, it's a what? It's a who? So you ain't got to fight your mandatories? I was like, oh, hell nah, cuz. I don't want that. Bruno was like, man, we got to talk to Al, man. We got to talk to Al, something to that effect, you know what I mean? I applaud both of them. You know what I'm saying? I bet you if this was, for example, if this was Anthony Joshua who said this, or Dillian White, a guy whom they love to champion, even though he's a steroid abuser and fucked up his status of being the mandatory by popping dirty, I bet you if they said they don't want to be a franchise champion, people would be applauding them. But the same people that said Deontay Wilder is going to be given the franchise belt and there was absolutely no truth to that whatsoever, that was some fake news, absolute fake news. Just like the fake news they've been spreading about the WBO and Al Heyman doesn't recognize it in the PBC. I seen a big Cuban guy. I forgot his name right now. It's somebody Garcia. He's a Cuban guy, and he's been fighting on PBC in his last 2 fights. This guy is in the WBO rankings. On his shorts, they have a WBO patch, okay? And the guy has some kind of minor tier, lower tier WBO belts that he was defending on the PBC. Again, when people was talking that shit about that the man Al Heyman and them are boycotting the WBO belt, I had to go and look at the news, like where are people getting this, and I saw no such news. Again, that is fake news. You know what I mean? Now, if your favorite promoters, because everybody's favorite promoters is everybody besides what goes on PBC. So your favorite promoters, whether it's Frank Warren and or Top Rank, since they got their hands in their pockets. You know, they got their hands in the cookie jar when it comes to the WBO. If they've monopolized them belts, that's on them. That's quite all right. They could have all them belts. You know what I mean? Real talk. They could have all them belts. And if they do want to mix it up with the fighters on who have other sanctioning body belts, whether it's the WBC where fighters on WBC have PBC have WBA belts, for example. Who's a WBA champion on the PBC? Um, huh. Manny Pacquiao's a WBA champion, 147-pound champion. You know what I'm saying? Or whether it's IBF champions. Um, J. Rock Williams is a WBA and IBF champion. You know what I'm saying? Or whether it's WBC guys like Wilder, Gary Russell, um, um, who else? So on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? If those Frank Warren and Top Rank guys, because those are the only guys who seem to be interested in WBO belts. Hey, if they want to mix it up with the PBC guys, so be it. Go ahead and make it happen. But they do their own thing over there on ESPN. But nobody cries about in-house stuff, in-house fights over there on ESPN. Knowing damn well Top Rank Bob Arum is the king of them in-house fights. That's what he did when he monopolized the welterweight division in the 2000s with, I'm sorry, the 2010s with the Pacquiao's and the Juan Manuel Marquez's and the Timothy Bradleys, and he was just recycling these guys. You know what I mean? Nobody complains about Frank Warren and the P and Top Rank over there monopolizing all them belts. You know what I'm saying? Guys like Oscar Valdez not even wanting to defend that WBO belt against an IBF champion over there, Josh Warrington. Josh Warrington doesn't seem like he's interested in fighting Gary Russell. He wants to fight Frampton again. So you guys can make up your choice. I'm not trying to tell nobody whom to like, man. But I'm only gonna ride with the side of people who have momentum and who actually want to get fights popping. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna cry about no sanctioning bodies or make up fake news on my channel. What the deal, Sex Shot? What's happening? Sex Shots in the chat. Big up. He says Lomachenko wins his one and only WBC belt, and a couple of weeks later, he's a franchise champ. What a joke. Preach. But set shot. Some people will tell you Lomachenko will still fight Devin Haney. Let's see what he does. He'll still fight Devin Haney. This doesn't mean he'll never fight him. That's exactly what the F it means. That he ain't gonna fight him. They talk about, oh, he's gonna beat him anyway. If he was gonna beat him anyway, why doesn't he do it then? Because he can fight. But you know he ain't afraid to fight guys like Anthony Crolla. Okay then. Set Shot says at least Canelo had a long history with the WBC. I agree with you. Canelo had a long history with the WBC from his first world title versus Matthew Hatton, WBC. Then he had a WBC, yeah, the 154-pound title, and he's had a 160-pound title. So yeah, he's been long standing with the WBC. But Lomachenko, like you said, man, he was, Lomachenko wasn't even in the top 15 ranking. You know what I mean? For that WBC lightweight title, the mandatory, I'm sorry, the title limit, the vacant title was gonna be fought by Luke Campbell versus Devin Haney, and I was so much looking forward to that fight. When they announced that it's going to be Lomachenko and Luke Campbell, I was pissed, and I made a video about it. Like, damn, why they do that man Luke Campbell dirty like that? That man deserves a shot to be a world champion without having to walk through fire and brimstone. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that Lomachenko is like so vicious, but Lomachenko's a good fighter, regardless of how you feel about him. You know what I mean? That's why it's upsetting that he can't even fight his mandatory. But he'll fight Luke Campbell, but he ain't gonna fight Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Why not fight Devin Haney? You know why, right? Because when you win a vacant title with the WBC, listen clear and careful. When you face a WBC and you get a WBC vacant title, you have to fulfill two mandatories before you're allowed the option of fighting a voluntary. You know what I'm saying? And I know this because I remember when Jamel Charlo had to go through that same situation where he had to fight a couple mandatories. I think one was Hatley and one was Erickson Lubin, okay? He had to fight two mandatories before he even thought about fighting a voluntary. And one of those mandatories, the first to bat would be Devin Haney. And Lomachenko and them, they wanted no parts of that smoke. And that's just what it comes down to. If you think he could beat him, why the F he ain't going to ring with them? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the fake news, hey, y'all could do what you want. I'ma just hear them nut ass videos and I'ma call your bluff and call y'all fellas some clowns. You know what I mean? Bozos out here. When you come to B Moss channel, you ain't gotta worry about no fake news. You ain't gotta worry about me pulling fake news out my backside talking about Deontay Wilder. Wait till they give Deontay Wilder the franchise champ. Yeah. When that happened, I'm still waiting on that. Tick tock, tick tock, ding, 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 ding. Still, that shit ain't happened. Deontay Wilder says he ain't with that. But Deontay Wilder will not get applause from the people who dislike the guy. All they're gonna do is bring up his resume and guys he fought and guys whom he never fought. But these same people ain't used to talk about the guys Wilder never fought or whom he didn't fight and did fight when I personally wasn't high on the guy. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. Deontay Wilder, I applaud you for not accepting or not agreeing or even entertaining the thought about a franchise belt. And you get props over here, like Black Moon and them say. No, it's not Black Moon. Beat Nuts, excuse me. Yeah, you get props over here. Set shots in the chat. He says, at least, what he says. And now people are hating on Haney because of this. What did he do wrong? It's funny you said that. People are hating on Haney, right? Set shot, thanks for bringing that up. Yeah. People hating on Haney now, right? I went back to see all these people who are hating on Haney. I went back to see their last video about Devin Haney and see if there was any visceral, if there was any anger, if there was any hate in their video, in their tone, any dislike for the guy. And there was absolutely none. If anything, people were showing the kid love. Now that he's mandatory for Lomachenko, Lomachenko beats him anyway. And now people calling him all kind of names, calling him stuff that's not even justifiable. Calling him spoiled, calling him a paper champ, calling him a brat. People make me laugh, man. They make me laugh. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Such says, wow, there's a throwback. I don't know if I'm gonna say he's a throwback. I don't think I'm gonna go that far. You know why I don't say that? Because I've been wanting the guy to fight the man, Dillian White, even before Dillian White was even considered in them WBC rankings. You know what I mean? I wanted him to get him up out the way. Imagine if you had beat him up since 2016 already. 2017. That man, Dillian White, would be still probably trying to climb up the ladder, trying to get back in position by now. But now this shit has been lingering, and I've been wanting Wilder to fight the guy, no question about it. You know what I mean? I would have loved to see that fight. But the man, Dillian White, he did himself also a disservice, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a humble fucking servant waiting for crumbs off the table. You there waiting. You waiting for damn near a year. You there coming to your employers. I'll give you a different analogy. Let me not say servant, man. Some people might take it the wrong way. Can't be going at your employer's job, right? You doing a great job. You trying to get recognition. You trying to get a raise. You know what I'm saying? You've been asking for a raise, but you quite haven't gotten a raise yet. You know what I'm saying? You've seen other people who are not worthy of getting a raise, possibly might be even passing you by. You know what I'm saying? You know, because they're also now willing to do stuff that you're not willing to do, even though you've been at the job longer. You know what I mean? So some people are passing you by. Now, all of a sudden, when you're close to being in position to get a raise because you decided to take on fulfill these other duties that you didn't want to do that other people are doing, you begin to cuss your employer out. You know what I'm saying? Or you come to work high. Fuck it, not even cuss them. You come to work high. They find they see they see you tripping, you bugging at the job, right? They're like, man, so and so's acting kind of funny today, man. That motherfucker mouth look all dry. He looking like Ashy Larry and shit. You know? Damn, why his eyes so red? Why he talking too much, man? Why he can't look me straight in the eye today? You know what I'm saying? Slim came into work high today. You know what I'm saying? Now your boss, the boss now. At the end of the day, hey man, they call you to the office, man, and they would like to do a voluntary piss test. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you decide to do it. And they find traces of whatever the fuck you were smoking. They find traces of that in your system, you know what I mean? You was close to getting freaking a raise and moving up the ladder of success at your job place. And that's exactly what this guy, Dillian White, did. Dillian White has actually no authority, has no reason ever to call nobody a crackhead because he's a motherfucker who likes to inject shit up his ass. Not once, but twice he been popped, you know what I mean? That's some dope fiend mentality right there. You check it? He has no authority to call nobody a crackhead. Look at the man lips, man. Go back and check out probably the last video I made of Dillian White. The man lip quivering like Ashy Larry. I was like, what the fuck up with his mouth, man? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not accusing him of being a pipehead or a dope fiend, but I am accusing him of being a predicate steroid abuser who shoots shit up his buttocks. You heard? So before I close out this video, salute the Wilder for not even entertaining a thought of being a franchise champion. You ain't gonna hear B Marsh Boxing contradict nothing. People was talking about Deontay Wilder's gonna get the franchise belt when Lomachenko got named that, but that was just the people and the channels that hate Wilder who was saying that shit. Like I said, I went to look up the articles. There was no such thing as Wilder even nothing about him being a franchise champion till today when I seen this news up on the boxing scene. You heard? What else? What else I wanted to say before I escape, man? Man, I can't even remember, you know. But it is what it is. I think I done covered it all over here on this live stream. B Marsh Boxing, big up to my man Set Shot. Big ups to everybody who hit the thumbs up on your way in, on your way out, on you listening to archives. If you're new to the channel, please share and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Gone. Peace.